I started at Steinhart Aquarium in October of 1996 as a volunteer. I was hired as a biologist 1. A couple of years later, I was promoted to biologist 2 and then senior biologist. And I ended up moving over and taking over the tropical marine section from 1998 past 2008 when we opened the new academy with the 212,000 gallon Philippine coral reef exhibit. The old building in the late 90s, early 2000s had really deteriorated. It suffered damage from the '89 Loma Prieta earthquake. Salt water had penetrated into the concrete and it was failing. We would come in sometimes in the morning and there would be this chunk of concrete sitting on the floor in the middle of the area, and you look up and it had fallen from the ceiling. And so the city came in, and the first thing that happened is they said you have to wear hard hats at work. So we had these hard hats that we would put on when we would go up to service the habitats, the aquarium. It actually was going to be condemned by the city on January 1st, 2004. There were some things that we had planned on doing with the new academy that didn't work out. One that comes to mind is we had originally thought we were going to put a sea turtle in the reef lagoon with the stingrays, and at the time we had small sharks in there as well. And we actually acquired a sea turtle that was born at SeaWorld San Diego, and so we named him Diego. He sort of developed an appetite for stingrays and kind of kept chasing them around and biting them. First we noticed tails were shorter, and then we actually witnessed Diego, the turtle, which is a green sea turtle, supposed to be a herbivore, chasing and trying to bite and eat the stingrays. And so we had this sort of midnight run where Diego came out and went back in the van and got driven all the way back down to SeaWorld San Diego and dropped back off where he came from. One of the biggest changes that we've seen in public aquariums, within the century that Steinhart Aquarium has been around, is a transition of them being sort of these menageries or attractions where people can come see like unique and different and weird creatures from around the world, to organizations that are really heavily involved in research and science and conservation. And that, that drives me for sure. I know it's a passion of the staff that work here. They want to make a difference in the world. They want to make a difference for the animals that we care for here. That's a role that public aquariums are uniquely suited to play in the world.